it is interesting to kind of look at that experience, just as, the people who probably graduated college or were in high school during the pandemic, have a different take because of all that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
I have said, because it's no secret that I'm working my way through the problem, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I have said repeatedly that I'm now, as an adult with real responsibilities and real concerns and real obligations,
Mhm.
that it was oddly nice to have had like a dry run when I was younger,
Yeah.
because emotionally, self-confidence,
Yep.
just the whole idea that things can be bad, but they get better. It's
Yeah.
helpful that I watched the '08 recession hit, because yeah, it was hard to find a job then, but you know what? Eventually you do, and then
Yeah.
it kind of recovers, and then you can go on a nice run afterwards. So that really helps now if you are experiencing any sort of financial difficulties because of the
Mhm.
environment. That's
Right.
really the trick.
Hmm.
By contrast, we've been talking to some of our neighbors who are, roughly our same age, but
Hmm.
the key difference is they started working by 2012, 2013,
Hmm.
and they do not know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
They have never been in a real slump of a market, and they don't
Hmm.
really have a sense of when it might pick back up.
Yeah.
So they are much more, to be blunt, afraid of what's
Yeah.
going on and what's going to be next.
Yeah.
It's telling how that experience matters.
Yeah. And the way I think of it was when we started Lodestar. So that was 2013, right? I took a six-figure pay cut. I was, didn't sign a client for 8 months, like had support from a family business, which was a lot of how I got into this in the first place.
Hmm.
But like, I felt like I was effectively playing CEO for a while. In doing that. I remember one time you and I were out in Hoboken and it was like 3 o'clock. We were having a beer before you went to grad school. You saw people you were walking around and you said like, hey, I wonder if they run businesses too.
Yeah, it is a very different world
But
being your
um
own boss versus
and
not.
it felt like a lot of pressure then, right? Because it was, oh, we're not selling, we're losing money. Personally, I was putting myself in a very hard financial position because I was just taking on a lot of debt. My personal finances weren't as tight as they should have been. Thought things were going to be a lot faster, a lot easier, quite frankly. But if you were to take that pressure now and measure it in, foot pounds or however you measure pressure, I probably have about 10 times as much now,
Oh
right? But
yeah.
like